Good evening, United Rogue Overwatch. Happy Friday, and welcome to our Friday night matchup: Vancouver Wild versus Nashville Legends. My name is Zach. I'm joined on the mic with Storm tonight. Storm, how are you doing?
I'm feeling all right. I'm a little sleepy. Been on the Monster Hunter grind, like I'm sure a few people in this server have been. So I've been having fun with that. But I'm ready to watch some Overwatch now.
Yeah. Monster Hunter Wild just released. Excited to hear some of the people that play the game more, what they think. But yeah, excited to kick things off. Vancouver coming off of a bye week last week, so this is the first time we are seeing this squad led off GM by Cool, led off in the tank position by Andrew, Cool Light on DPS, and Pizza and Salty Jinx on support. And then Nashville coming off of their week one, having to reverse sweep against Montreal, our other Canadian team, led off by Peach Crisp in the tank position, Saucepan and Dave on DPS, and Tracer, Eraser, and Pipetar on support. And we have our opening control map. Nashville did win the coin toss. We are going to Lijiang Tower. Storm, we have hero bans this season, and you know these teams probably a little more than I do. I mean, read the chat right now. Vancouver have already gone through.
We've already gotten a Orisa ban. Yeah,
we got an Orisa ban. What does it read to you?
I'm not sure because I haven't seen much of Peach Crisp, but that's we haven't really seen much of these teams, and I think it was rough for Vancouver drawing the first week bye because it gave the other teams a chance to kind of lock in, get used to that style of play that is in the official matches outside of scrims and stuff. And so Nashville has already had their fair share, although they did lose a member, which is key. They're running on 5 members. They don't have a sub. So it's going to be a little bit rough.
Yeah, Nashville losing marked up to promotion up to the Ruby League. So right now Nashville do have to play with the 5 that they have. Are working to sign another player right now as we are waiting for bans to come through. Vancouver taking away the Orisa means that Nashville in response cannot ban another tank for this map. They can only ban a DPS hero or a support hero. And we do have the ban coming through from Nashville. Well, Sauce has banned away Sojourn, so no rail guns, no rail shots.
I'm pretty sure Light's been playing a bit of Sojourn. He's a little upset about that. I do expect to see a D.Va ban come in at some point on the side of Nashville to shut down Andrew's main tank. That is definitely an expectation I have for this match, and if it doesn't happen, I will be very surprised. I also expect to see a Hanzo ban, for Hanzo target ban against Cool at some point, which I'm honestly surprised they didn't go for on this first one. But we'll see what happens.
Right. We'll see what happens, but Lijiang control especially not really known for its long sight lines. But then again, Cool, they've been around for a while now. We know them as a fearsome Hanzo. As we're going into the first map, we drawing Gardens. Is there anything you're expecting to see out of these teams as we're going in?
I'm expecting to see dive comp, I think, from Vancouver. Andrew, known as a D.Va specialist for sure. So I'm expecting to see some form of dive, and as I say it, I speak it into existence. We have D.Va, Sombra, Tracer, Juno on the side of Vancouver, and we have a much more brawly comp on the side of Nashville. It looks like we've got the Zarya, we've got the Venture, Soldier, Moira, and Juno. So a Juno mirror. Not a surprise at all. Dave making a last-minute swap to Reaper for the Zar Reaper. A classic combination, I feel.
Classic combination, indeed. On the side of Nashville, kind of seeing more of the brawl style. Well, Vancouver on the dive, it's really going to be on Light and Cool to try and find the opening picks, pick someone out from that brawl core on the side of Nashville in order to punish. As I say that though, both teams opening up. Vancouver get first access to the point, and brawl and fight is starting to kick off. Both teams poking, posturing, but Vancouver do have the point. Saucepan hacked, does not get stuck with the virus from the side of Cool, and Tracer will turn around, pick off Cool. The Sombra is down, and now Vancouver have to back out immediately. Tracer Racer picking up Salty Jinx, but Andrew does trade back for Dave. But as the point unlocks, it should be going in favor of Nashville for the first cap.
It would appear so. Very good play, but also very good play from Andrew, I think, to stay alive, because he was really low for a second there.
Yeah, just recognizing when the fight is lost and immediately backing out, trying to reset, get a fight in. An early virus out forces the burrow from Saucepan, and Dave getting his Wraith form force, and Cool turns around with some help from Andrew, and will turn around, pick off the Reaper. Saucepan goes off the side of the map for some reason, and Nashville giving it up with about 20%, 25% on the board and counting before Vancouver flip.
I wasn't watching, so I'm not really sure what the plan was, but it's an instant swap, so I'm going to assume that that he saw the the early pick, and just decided, yeah, it's over, I'm just gonna get off for my swap. That's what I'm assuming the thought process was there.
Yeah, but swaps on both sides. Dave going over to the Sim immediately. I'm pretty sure I caster cursed him, but falls. But a huge EMP from Cool gets 4, and gets 4, but Tracer, Racer, and Piper turning around and answering back. Diva Bomb out from Andrew is going to use it to remech, and will take the Juno out of the fight as well. And Andrew answers back for 2. Pulse Bomb out, doesn't manage to hit anything from Light, but it's all Vancouver cleaning up in the kill feed, and a beautiful play. Led off from Cool's EMP that almost looked like he was gonna get nothing. Turns around, and thanks to Andrew and Light for coming in, cleaning up, and holding the point strong for the Wild.
Yeah, Big Bomb caught Piper out of position and wasn't able to get out of the way of it, and that was kind of just the start of the end for that fight as far as Nashville goes.
Yeah, start of the end.
The double really working though.
Orbital Ray coming down from Piper, answer back from Pizza with the Kitsune Rush, and another Orbital Ray coming down. But in the midst of all of that, Saucepan picks up 2, picks up Cool, picks off Salty Jinx, and Dave getting Andrew out of mech. Light does answer back for 1 on Piper, but it's still Sauce just cleaning up. What more can he get done? Someone stop this man on the Cassidy right here, right now. Andrew popping another Diva Bomb is not going to get back into mech, but will finally put down the threat that is the Cassidy on the side of the
Cool
Nashville.
got back.
Yeah, and critically through all of that storm, Vancouver held the point. So now we are in one fight territory, and Vancouver and Nashville need to get on, need to touch, and need to get something going with their ults. And that does not help. Pizza on the Kiri, picking off Tracer Racer. That is the Moira down on the side of Nashville. Oh,
big hack.
Yeah, big hack, stopping the high noon. What time is it? The world may never know. As Andrew coming around, picks off, gets a 3K, clean casual 3K for the Diva, and Light answers back for Dave. And it's just one person left on the point from the side of Nashville, trying to keep OT alive, but unfortunately Tracer is going to fall to the hands of Salty Jinx, and it will be Vancouver taking round 1, 100-25.
That was kind of some insane tank play from Andrew, I'm not gonna lie. He got demech'd pretty early in the fight, but I don't know what happened. Nashville seemed to just forget about him, looking elsewhere, and Andrew managed to hit enough shots to get back mech, and then was able to clean up, get the kill on Saucepan, and was able to stall for long enough to let Cool get back to clean up the Moira on point. And by that point, you know, there was not really much of a chance for Nashville to make a comeback. They were staggered. They didn't take control of the point like they thought they were going to, and it kind of just fell apart there.
Yeah, it fell apart in the end. Swaps coming around from both sides. Nashville moving over to the Ramatra, trying to lean more into this brawl core, and Andrew answering back in turn, and we see it coming back through. Cool onto their signature Hanzo, Light over to the Mei. We're brawling it out as we go into the gardens, and Cool immediately sending a log right into Piper's skull.
Popped. And another one in the Tracer Racer, and Nashville just falling.
Why not? Why not? Why not? Emerald's Hanzo Specialist comes back for their crown on Vancouver, as it will be Vancouver getting first cap on the point.
Yeah, just big picks from Cool. It took them a little bit to cap the point, but I don't know. It looks like just the poke comp out here. Mei Hanzo, Kiriko. Ramatra, not as much of a poke character, but still is used commonly in poke comps. I like to see it. It's working.
Yeah, you like to see it as Vancouver are holding fast in the chokes, trying to force people through. Peach Crisp attempting to push through will force the Nemesis form a little early, and unfortunately isn't going to find much with their slow field. And unfortunately, Andrew will turn around and punish them for their hubris. That's the tank down on the side of Nashville, and everyone else from Nashville are backing out to reset. Or
Yeah, lose the tank. There's not really much else you can do. Just gotta back out and reset.
Yeah, just unfortunately, Peach Crisp just going just slightly ahead of their team, and will pay the price. Tracer Racer, I don't know why she was sitting out in the middle of nowhere as soon as that, and we do have a pause coming through. This might be a tech pause.
Someone get DDoS?
It looked like Tracer was just sitting there, not doing much, and that might have been it. They might have, it might be Tracer Racer. Unfortunate
Might have been
timing.
a disconnect.
Yeah.
Or at least I would assume so. They haven't left the game yet, which normally happens by now, I feel like. But
it would normally happen by now, but there's a we're figuring it out live right now. But
yeah,
it did look like it could be a possible DC from Tracer Eraser. They were just standing in the middle of nowhere. And that's a very easy 1-2 for Andrew and Cool to just hit him with the slow field, hit him with some storm arrows, and just let it be.
Yeah, that combination a little bit disgusting, especially from these two seasoned veterans in the world of UR Overwatch. They've got that working clearly.
They've got it working clearly indeed. But while we are paused, keep an eye on Light. He was an integral part of Dallas's Season 5 championship run, and one of the few shining stars on a Detroit team last season that really didn't look the best. It looks like he's hungry and he's waiting for another chip.
Didn't fully disconnect, so doesn't lose that ult charge.
Yeah, that's probably the bit of a saving grace, but you're also playing Moira, so Moira Coalescence very easy to pick up as Andrew immediately answering back for Dave through all of that. Gotta wonder what happened to your Soldier 76 and why to get caught out of position like that. As Andrew eats the Cassidy flash nade, will pop the Nemesis in order to back out and play safe. And Light, amazing wall, splits the tank off and will force Peach Crisp to pop the Nemesis for him and just stand there blocking their arms. Light dropping the Blizzard right now as Andrew picks off Tracer, picks off Piper, and gets Dave for his trouble. Why not? And that's the team kill on the side of the Wild. And Storm, it's looking desperate. If you can even get a touch.
It's not looking good. That was a pretty clean victory, but we did see Nashville get 100-0'd both maps on this same map the last time when they played Montreal, and they came back. So I'm definitely not counting Vancouver out quite yet. Or not Vancouver, sorry. I'm not counting out Nashville quite yet.
I got you. As we sit here, watch Andrew quickly walk through Light's Blizzard and then just run down 3 through it all. Great play. Great play from this tank player, making his return back to Emerald.
Yeah, he was making some huge plays throughout just the entire match. Definitely, if we were doing player of the match, he's my pick for that one at the very least.
Yeah, and Nashville going down first map choices on them, and first ban is in their court. So we need to see evaluating where Nashville want to go. But Storm, if you're Saucepan, if you're this Nashville team, tough loss map 1. Yeah, it's never fun losing like that. Where are you choosing to go? Where are you choosing to go, or who are you choosing to ban?
Either, for me, it's got to be either the D.Va or the Hanzo, because obviously those are the two mains. We saw Andrew flex onto the Ramatra, and we saw Cool playing the Sombra, got a pretty big EMP, but those are the two comfort characters. And I think you take away one of those comfort characters, and that forces them into a situation that they aren't super okay with. But that leaves them with map. But I definitely think that it goes one of those ways.
Gotcha, I gotcha. Yeah, just looking on the side of Nashville, just kind of kind of going through any. I mean, we saw some moments in there of like some bright spots, some highlights, and they did. And keep in mind, they did shoot. They did get some point percentage on on round one, so they are capable of taking stuff through and getting some score up. As we do have the map coming through, Nashville opting to go to Colosseo.
This is one of the maps that they completed their reverse sweep against Montreal on, so we'll see if they can find some of that magic here.
Gotcha. But Nashville with the ban advantage on their side, who I know we talked about maybe you want to try and target ban Andrew for his diva, or you want to try and target ban Cool for their Hanzo. Would you maybe want to consider trying to protect something? Like, if you're Nashville, you're down one of your players right now. This is the only five players that you can run.
That is true. You bring up a very good point there.
Who are you choosing to ban? As we do have Vancouver coming right in. They've taken the Ramatra off of the table. Get them out of here. I don't want to see anyone holding their arms up.
I guess Andrew really didn't want to play Ramatra.
Probably not, but given Colosseo, given the fact that it is some longer sight lines, this map can lend itself nicely into some brawl comps, which on the side of Vancouver, when it went to the Brawl v Brawl, we sit there, we talk about Andrew, we talk about Cool. You gotta give Light some flowers on the May. Was landing some impeccable May walls in order to split off Peach Crisp from the side of Nashville and punish them for their hubris, but also big blizzards in order to shut lanes down.
Yeah,
keep an eye on the
help lead to the Andrew 3K, because while the blizzard didn't freeze, it definitely slowed down a few of their players enough for Andrew to get over there in the Nemesis and beat them up.
Yeah, and Sauce coming. Yeah, answering right back from the side of Nashville, taking Juno away. So if you want to have speed this map, you're playing Lucio. And
Tracer Racer is definitely one to play Lucio, so we will likely see it. Tracer Racer actually had a standout game on this map on the Lucio against Montreal. So, and I know I keep bringing up that game, but that was just, it was kind of insane. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's a reverse sweep, and I'll say this as a friend of the Stags and as their coach. I'm really proud of them for what they were able to put up. And I know we're looking to answer back this week. But that being said, going into this map, as we are waiting, both captains have confirmed that they are ready. And
it looks like we're going in.
And we should be heading in fairly soon. No Juno, no Ramatra on a Colosseo.
I mean, the Diva definitely a solid pick on this map, in my opinion. Gets up and down on those high grounds pretty well, and is able to reposition, which is very important on this map. Obviously, positioning is important on every map, but I feel like on Colosseo, you can make the argument that it's more so than on a few other maps.
As we're waiting, just getting some last things confirmed. Whoop.
Yeah.
Oh wait, we have something from Dave. Yep. Yeah,
Whoops.
Whoopsie. For Claire, yeah. Are we retconning as both teams? It's looking like we are trying to have a role swap come through. Ooh, Dave is trying. It seems like Dave has called out trying to move it, but we are in the map and it is started, so would be at this point would be on the GMs, but it looks like we are not doing that. Looks like we should be going. Looks like we are going in, so Dave will be sticking it out on DPS.
And on the Zenyatta though, no speed on either side.
No speed on either side. It's
unless you count shot.
Unless Andrew shouting out his team as both teams getting started, and we are going in. And Storm, looking at Cross on both sides, these are not comps we would typically see for a Colosseo. Maybe something for like a longer sightline map like a Route 66, but the double flex support from Nashville?
Well, I think if you're gonna be playing this comp, it's gonna be to open, because this is definitely, while it's not very long on a lot of other parts of the map, this first part inside the Coliseum can definitely be a place where the longer range characters can wreak havoc, but it's not looking like that so far.
Not looking like that so far either. Beautiful play from Andrew to quickly stick Peach Crisp with the knife, pull him forward, and Light immediately answering back, putting the wall up. Peach Crisp can't do anything, and Orisa was just bound to fall like that, and the rest of Nashville fell shortly afterwards. Peach Crisp again isolated off from their team. Someone needs to break that wall fast, and they are able to break it in time, but it's going to force Peach Crisp fortify early, and Light answers back, sends an icicle right into Dave's skull. Beautiful play coming out from the DPS player on the side of Vancouver. And Vancouver are just
snow cones.
Yeah, free snow cones, and Vancouver are just pushing the bot for free. He finally, Saucepan turning around, answering back, but Andrew will peel with the commanding shout, will get people through. Dave having to recall fairly early, and Peach Crisp immediately falls again, first in the fight down to the hands of Light. This is not good if you are Nashville.
Yeah, this is starting to look a little ugly. Peach Crisp kind of just pushing in. I don't think they expected to fall as fast as they did, but they kind of just exploded.
Oh, you have to respect the Mei. It doesn't matter if Andrew is going to land a knife or if you're going to get over aggressive. That Mei will turn around, will block people off, will shut down sightlines. As I say that, Light turns around, answers back for Saucepan. And it's again just Vancouver pushing through 115 meters and counting, and we are barely 3 minutes into the map, and Light answering back for Dave. Why not? Piper sends an arrow out, Peach Crisp drops the Terror Surge, doesn't manage to find anyone with it, except will force Vancouver to back up. As in response, Salty is going to turn around, drop a Kitsune Rush, Tracer popping the Transcendence, but unfortunately that's not going to do anything because the Queen just ulted. And guess what? That is a purple going all the way through. Sure, Dave turns around and finds one on the Hanzo, but it's only going to be one as Vancouver are pushing it closer and closer to the end of the map. And Peach Crisp just out on the Doomfist, trying for a last-minute touch. Can they get anything done? Doesn't look like it. Will fall to Light. Sauce will answer back for one, but it is too late, and Vancouver. Storm. I'm pretty sure the bot did not stop except for a butt scratch.
I would have to agree. I don't think it did. This was kind of an unfortunate rampage, though. I don't think he meant to hit the wall there. I think he meant to hit everybody back there, but didn't really matter much. Still got everybody. But yeah, I don't think the bot stopped. He stopped for a little rest, but after that, it was just pushing. He was trucking. Yeah,
took the, TS1 took his Union 5 and said, "All right, job's not done. Time to keep pushing." And made it all the way to the edge of the map.
That has to be in contention for like fastest games in UR Overwatch. That was quick.
That was lights out from the side of Vancouver. And a lot of that came down to the hands of Light on the Mei, hitting perfect Mei walls in order to punish Peach Crisp and isolate the tank, as well as landing the right clicks when he needed to in order to shut down whether it was Dave on Tracer, Sauce on Sojourn, just finding those opening picks. Huge shout out to the Mei play.
Facts. I'm a big Light fan. Always have been. I feel like he gets underestimated a little bit though, because it doesn't look like he plays very much, but when he comes in and he performs and he shows it right there.
I mean, he started on an Atlanta team in season 4, being the reserve player that was essentially a soldier one trick. Moved to Dallas for season 5, helps Dallas become a core part of the championship run that we took that season. Season 6 goes over to Detroit and is one of the few shining stars on a Detroit team that really didn't do much that season. Now again on this Vancouver squad that is looking like they are hungry, they are pushing for a chip and being
this is definitely a welcome change for Light after having been on that Detroit squad. Finally seeing the windscreen a little bit. I think he's happy with that.
Yeah. Nashville making the sub, Tracer Racer moving from support over to DPS, and Dave moving from DPS over to support.
Oh, Scrims Row.
We have a Scrims Row sighting.
Let's go, dude.
I
love to see it. I don't expect to see much Reinhardt, but you know, it's the thought that counts.
It's the thought that counts, indeed. Unless Andrew or Peach Crisp are going to surprise me, but we kind of all know what Andrew likes to play, and Peach Crisp, I don't know them as well, so maybe we could see it coming through. And Vancouver answering back immediately, taking Sim off the table.
I like that. I like that ban a lot for Kings Row. Because Sim is definitely a character that you can pull some extreme shenanigans on Kings Row with. So I'm not opposed to that at all.
You can, if you get smart with the teleporter usage, you can make TP plays happen left, right, and center, especially in a brawl comp. If you want to brawl on Kings, which is historically as Ryan favored map, what I would like to be doing, but. Also, very smart on the side of Vancouver taking the Sim ban, because if I'm Nashville, what's been the one thing that's been annoying us all game? Light's Mei. Yeah. Taking away the Sim means you can't ban Mei. You can't ban a DPS hero away from Vancouver. You now need to win this map, and it needs to start now in order to start target banning on the side of Vancouver.
Honestly, I could see a Reinhardt coming out from Andrew possibly, because if they decide to go, if Nashville tries to go with the Zarya, the Reinhardt wouldn't be a horrible pick here, I don't think. With the JQ because JQ did just get banned by Nashville, which is what Andrew was playing through the entirety of that Coliseo SmackDown. So the Reinhardt not off the table, I don't think.
Not off the table, indeed. It really just comes down to the fact that Andrew has never been much of a Rhine player historically. We've seen him mostly, play the Diva, play the Ramatra, and that's still an option. That's still there if you would like to have it there as we're going into the map. But yeah, Reinhardt always on the table. I'm never gonna say no to a quality Reinhardt gameplay. Totally,
I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. Not biased at all. I love me some Reinhardt.
Funny Hammerman, go Burr. As we're getting started, Vancouver on the defending side, Nashville on the attacking side, and both teams opening up. Andrew immediately onto the Ramatra. Andrew on the Ramatra, cool on the Hanzo, Light back onto the Mei. You love to see it coming out of this Vancouver squad, but.
Yeah, back onto that poke comp that worked so well for them on Lijiang.
Yeah, but Nashville, granted, yes, it's still in the spawn. It's still in the attacker spawn, so anything can happen. Showing a bit of a dive.
We got a little bit of a dive going here.
Yeah, I mean, looking at, again, it is attacker spawn, and Cool sending out the Sonic Arrow, so they know what Nashville, are trying to run almost off the rip immediately. Cool, another Sonic Arrow, trying to get as much information for their team as humanly possible. Storm Arrow's out immediately, will take Dave in the head, will force the Biotic Orb out almost immediately.
I like
from the
what
side of
Tracer Racer's
Nashville.
doing here though, because she went on a different angle after Cool spotted her.
Yeah, going around trying to find something, trying to find a pick of some sort. Again, Tank going through Maywall up, and immediately he's Sauce meeting up with Sauce, trying to get onto the high ground, but will get faced with the Ram E, and Light turns around and just snipes Peach Crisp into next week. Will answer back for Dave as well. This DPS player, we could not give him enough credit. As Cool sending some storm arrows into Saucepan's head, and Light will get one exit frag onto Piper as to end it all.
Clean little
off.
3K. Love to see it.
Yeah, why not?
Set back up for the Maywall.
Yeah, why not? Tracer back onto the Widow, trying to get something done. Will eat a shot from someone on the side of Vancouver, and has to back up and play their life, and will instead immediately get off of the Widow and go to the Tracer. Another Maywall up, but this time it's not locking down the choke, it's locking down the rest of the supports, trying to force some positioning through, as Piper immediately will get shielded off, will get slowed by the Rammy as she's trying to move forward, but Tracer will turn around, will finally get Light down, and Saucepan will answer back for Pizza, but it's an all-out brawl on the point as Andrew answers back 4-2, and with Peach Crisp going down on the side of Nashville, that no tank on the point. You have to play back faster. Tracer turning around, picking off Cool on the Hanzo. So can she get any more done?
Tracer Racer kind of cooking up on the Tracer. Hold on.
Okay, Tracer, I see you. She's just gonna casually get a 3K. Why not? No tank, no problem. She says, "No, I'll do it myself," and immediately opening up the point.
Kind of living up to the name a little bit. I don't think we see much of the Tracer out of Tracer Racer.
I don't think we have either, but if her namesake is doing anything, that 3K was perfect. A stick to Andrew will take a lot of health from him and will immediately burn him down. Cool does answer back for 2 with the Dragon Strike, and will finally send Tracer back to spawn, but it's too little too late, and Nashville have opened up point A, and we're going onto the streets.
The first little bit of momentum I think we've seen on the side of Nashville. So you're loving to see it.
Yeah, it's all coming off of Tracer going over to the DPS. I don't know if this is the sign of life that Nashville needs, but it looks like this is a new form. Nashville and Vancouver have to wake up now. Andrew blowing through all of his cooldowns almost immediately, does not have it through for the next cycle, and just Peach Crisp just says, "Okay, I'll dive back to the cart. I'll just back out casually," as Tracer Racer in the backline with the help of Saucepan will get Salty Jinx down. That's the Weaver off the table. Cool answers back for 2, and Andrew turns around, gets Dave as well. Light dropping the Blizzard onto the cart, trying to force anyone in Nashville to back up, and he will earn and Nashville will in turn back out. But Saucepan sitting on an EMP.
Yeah, I think if I'm Light, I want that Blizzard back. Didn't really feel like it did too much aside from push them away. He could have saved it for a better point, but you know, he's building them up pretty quickly, I feel like, so it's not that big of a problem. Plus, they got 2 support ults up, so they're chilling.
Yeah, 2 support ults up indeed, but we're about to have a Q fest pop off.
Here comes the EMP.
And Saucepan turns around, rips the EMP, is able to get 3 with it, and Salty Jinx is the first to fall. Dave popping the Coalescence through all of that will burn down Pizza, so that's no supports on the side of Vancouver, and Vancouver just have to back up, but Light critically is sitting on cart, will drop a wall! Why not? Just keep Dave out of the fight, why don't you? And Peach Crisp has to pop the Primal Rage in order to save their life, but Cool falls to Sauce's virus, and Light is just sitting there, trying to stall for as much time as possible. It isn't going to be by the cart, and will make it out with his life as the cart continues to inch through the streets as Dave sends Andrew back to spawn. This should be the decisive way that you end the fight.
Yeah, initially I thought that Andrew ult wasn't really going to do much, but he ended up being able to get the primal out of Peach Crisp. So ult for an ulti, it's not bad.
Yeah, ult for an ult indeed, and Andrew getting off of the Ramatra, going over to the D.Va, recognizing Nashville wants to dive, and says, "Okay, I'm gonna go back onto my signature hero, the D.Va, as well." Will put a lot of pressure onto Piper. They're forcing the Bionate out of her, and eventually will mark her down. As Cool answers back for Peach Crisp, that is 2 players down on the side of Nashville. Nashville need to reset now with almost a minute and 20 left on the clock.
The Tracer Race is gonna get staggered. It is Tracer, so she is gonna get back, but that hurts a little bit.
That hurts a little bit indeed. Sauce cannot get caught by Andrew. Andrew will choose to back off and reset with the rest of his team. Sauce does make it out, but critically, Light has an EMP, and both supports on the side of Vancouver have their ults as well. But Saucepan, keep an eye on him. He is coming up to his next EMP. If he gets this off, he can completely turn an ult fight on its head.
We also have a potential Nano Monkey coming up. I would assume that's the strat they're going to go for. But Andrew does have Diva Bomb now too, which will take up a lot of space.
Yeah. A little bit of a mistime from the Nano on the Monkey, and unfortunately, Peach Chris is gonna fall to the hands of Cool. Andrew turns around, answers back for Saucepan, and sure, let's drop both support ults. Let's drop them both. Why not? As we have our final 30 seconds on the clock. Look, and it's just going to be Piper, and sitting back there and slightly staggered. I believe she's on the same wave as Dave. Yes, she is. Okay.
Yes.
Final 15 seconds. You have to get something done. Sauce about to come up on the EMP. Dave has the Coalescence in his hand as well. What can this Nashville squad do in order to finish, at least get it to the end of B? Tracer Racer in for the touch.
Ooh.
And Dave coming through, but Light just holding the block on cart, and EMP out only manages to hit 2, but Pizza falls really low and will fall to the hands of Peach and Tracer as Andrew answering back for 2 will get Sauce with the bomb and will squish Dave. Why not? Gets a 3rd for his trouble, and it's just Andrew on the cart. Andrew and Cool fighting it out, and it is just Piper left, but she is not able to touch in time. Whew.
That was one heck of a last fight. It wasn't looking too bad for Nashville. They had a couple of ultis. Both supports on the side of Vancouver had popped their ults, probably thinking that was going to be last fight on the cart, but it wasn't. But Vancouver holding strong was able to hold it.
I mean, Vancouver. If you're Vancouver, you are saying thank you. You are saying thank you, Andrew, for pulling a 3K out of your hat like that. Finding the pick on the bomb and then squishing Dave as well for insult to injury.
Squish.
Just thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Andrew, for bringing us back into that OT fight. Because if not, we could possibly be going into the Foundry if you're Nashville. But
True. That
being said, Nashville, signs of life, and now you know where you need to hold. You have a little space. You have some time to work with. Vancouver have to answer back, and Vancouver kind of, I'm just looking across at both choices. Nashville opting for a bit more poke. Tracer Eraser getting off of the Tracer, and funnily enough, going over to the Cassidy, toss onto the May, trying to do the same thing of maybe can we focus down? Can we wall off a tank? Can we isolate someone going through? But it doesn't. But on the side of Vancouver, they are looking to full dive as early wall isn't able to lock down the choke. But Andrew turns around, guns down Tracer Eraser in the middle of the Kings Row streets, and it will be Vancouver quickly moving onto the point as both teams poking, brawling out. Andrew falling really low gets rocked, will have to back up for his troubles, and Dave is sitting pretty on the statue, trying to get any sort of poke down. When finally Pizza turns around and focuses him down, but Dave uses the Moira Fade to get out of there, and the rest of it Nashville are holding strong as Tracer Eraser turns around and erases Light on the Tracer from this fight.
Yeah, not really living up to that name. Tracer Eraser just erased Light.
I mean, if I was Light, I know what this man can do on Tracer. I know what this man has been doing this series on May. I would want to make sure he falls almost immediately. Andrew getting walled, getting frozen, almost pays for it with their mech. Will fall extremely low again. Salty Cheeks popping the Valkyrie, trying to keep everyone sustained on the side of Vancouver, but what can they get done? And unfortunately, it's going to be Nashville turning around, finding 2. Ooh, Salty using the Valkyrie, is able to get Cool resurrected back into the fight, but it is all, and Andrew's out of mech. Andrew's broken out of mech, and Saucepan guns him down as Cool sends a dragon sends a Dragon Strike through the Alderworth Hotel, trying to separate anyone, and will manage to find an exit frag on Tracer. No mercy on the side of Nashville, so cannot bring that back, and will have to back up and give some space. Pulse Bomb out, doesn't manage to get anything from the side of Vancouver, and it is another wall Diva going through, forcing the Diva Bomb through. Can he get anything? No, does not. But Light will manage to turn around, pick off Dave. Peachcrypt pop in the Gravitic Flux, will pick up the Diva, will unfortunately fall right afterwards, right after the slam goes through, and Andrew and Cool answering back on through. Vancouver finally have cracked this point.
Yeah, Nashville was looking pretty good there for quite a while, but Vancouver finally, yeah, like you said, finally finding the breakthrough, and they're able to win this fight. Now 4 minutes left to get to that second. Oh,
another beautiful wall from Saucepan, catching Andrew, almost able to punish him, but Andrew was able to fly out. As I say that, though, Peachcrypt turns around, picks off Light, that's the Tracer down, and Cool immediately... Cool, my friend, what are we doing standing in the streets, asking for a maid to just right-click us to death?
He wanted snow cones.
Yeah, they wanted snow cones, I guess. As we turning around, Nashville holding in a notoriously strong stroke, but Cool turns around, answers back for Dave. That's the coalescence off of the table. Another Dragon Strike through, trying to split people off, and Tracer Racer is gonna fall to the hands of Andrew. Who Cool answers back for Sauce, and it is all just stall on card as much as you can. Peachcrypt will use the Kinetic Grasp in order to eat some damage, get some overhealth for themselves, but it is all just staggered, as sure, Salty does pop the Valkyrie for that, but it's all over. But
yeah,
3 minutes left on the
Valkyrie.
Clock. Yeah, 3 minutes left on the clock.
Too much value lost, but...
Hey, you do it for some tempo. You do for some tempo. That is a big tempo swing, though, as Light turns around, picks off Piper, but answering back for 2 on the side of Nashville from Dave and Tracer as they pick off 2. Dave does eventually fall to Light, so yeah, that is a pesky Tracer in your backline. But Vancouver still have to advance through the streets of Kings Row, and as this Nashville team starts poking it up back through, Vancouver just have to back off.
Yeah, not really much they can do there, it feels like.
Yeah, both teams coming around. Another Diva Bomb from the side of Andrew. Can he get anything with it? Will find Dave. This time no squish, but Tracer Racer turns back and immediately answers for Cool. But they will get rezzed by Salty Jakes. Why not? Saucepan, May Blizzard on point, will manage to catch the Mercy out and will punish the Mercy, even though Cool will answer back for some Storm Arrows into them, and Andrew answering back from Piper. It feels like Piper has been holding onto this Juno ult for a long time, but unfortunately she is not able to use it if she is constantly coming back from spawn. Dave immediately up, will fall to the hands of Cool, and it is just desperation touches through. And that's
really much they can do.
Yeah, clean 3-0 win from the side of Vancouver.
Yeah, no miracle, unfortunately, from Nashville this time. But they showed some flashes, even being down their one player, which definitely, you can tell hurt them a lot. They were definitely used to playing with them, and it's looking a little bit uncomfortable on the comps. They kind of pulled it together on that initial Kings Row defense, but just wasn't meant to be.
Some flashes of brilliance indeed from the side of Nashville, but Vancouver quickly showing that, yeah, they had a bye week last week, but this is a team you need to look out for in MW.
Absolutely. They were looking like a well-oiled machine out there.
Yeah. I
mean, there's not really much to say, to be honest. It was just a clean 3-0, fantastic play from Vancouver, and unfortunate for Nashville, but they can come back from this for sure.
For sure. There's a lot you can learn from this Vancouver squad. There's a lot you can learn if you are trying to strategize and if you're trying to think, well, how do I answer back? I've got two Titans in Andrew and Cool, and another up and coming scary DPS player in Light, all on that team. But Vancouver showing signs that they are strong, but there is some stuff there if you know where to look.
Absolutely.
Well, Storm, it's been a pleasure casting this match with you.
It's been a pleasure casting the match with you too. I always enjoy listening to your play-by-play, so it's been fun.
Yeah. and I believe we have a couple more matches going on, not tonight, but later on in the weekend. As I'm currently tomorrow night at 10 o'clock, we have Montreal versus Montreal Stags versus Pittsburgh Phantoms, and then on Sunday we have two matches. We have two matches for our Ruby division. We have Ottawa versus Dallas at 5:30, and we have Washington versus Baltimore at 6:30 EST.
Definitely some fun matchups coming up. I'm excited.
Yeah. Got a weekend packed full of Overwatch. So hold on to your hats, United Rogue community. We're coming at you.
I'll see you guys on tomorrow because I've got that game too.
Yeah. Take it easy, y'all. Have fun on the monster. Have fun slaying monsters in Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
With the new game. And have a great night, United Rogue community.
Good night.